to take 4 years for that to happen, for them to go back to the ballot, for people to not vote for them. In the interim, those 4 years, you would have to do work. You would practically be walking, pardon my, naked. They wouldn't cooperate with you. Everything would come to a standstill. You know how crucial Parliament is in all of this. The executive is powerful because we've made it that way. And I'll come to you shortly on some other constitutional points. But with Parliament frustrating your work, government business, your hands would practically be tied. You'll be forced to do things you probably don't want to do.
Well, I believe everybody that goes into Parliament, and to be honest, let's give credit. The politicians currently in the helms of affairs want to do the right things. However, wanting to do the right things and doing the right things are different. So the fact that at the moment they are going ahead on what they are doing is because of their chief whips whipping them, because policies are coming from executive which necessarily they are happy with, but they can't really vote against because they are more loyal to their party before the country. So once you have a government that is neutral from them and initiating the right policies, that part is sorted, they will find it very difficult to sit in there and stop or block policies that will change the destiny of this nation.
I honestly beg to differ. It goes back to the point about the absence of war not necessarily being peace. People think once war is absent, it means peace. The mere fact that either one of these parties may not be in power, but they want to consolidate whatever they've gained in Parliament, among others. I mean, we've seen areas where some people have had cause to believe that even when it suits them, they band together, even as what's the word, polarized as they may be on different matters. When it suits them, they band together. I mean, it will be very easy for these two political parties to band together when it's their interest against, someone who is working against what they feel is their interest.
Well, I mean, again, we're speculating here, and it's not the actual...
No, things have happened in the past that have pointed in that direction.
The reason why this has happened in the past is because we have two protagonists, two main political parties who think it has to be us or theirs. But when they realize the Ghanaians have become very more discerning, and they don't want any of these two parties in power because of what they have done, and as such voted for a neutral leader to take over, I think the awareness would come and say, hey guys, let's sit up and do the right things, because if we don't, people are watching us, and that is why an independent party with no, not many parliamentarians have taken over the country, and if we don't take care, all of us, our parties are going to go down. So that at that point, it becomes a matter of how do we sustain our political parties and making sure they follow the right processes and help us to implement our program, which we want to use to turn around the country. We can't continue like this as a country. We need to be serious as people and start implementing programs and policies that will change our country. We can't just leave and one party takes over, a cabal, just themselves and a few others enrich themselves, they leave, the other one takes over, and Ghanaians are getting poorer and poorer by the day. Look, this can't continue, and our people are getting discerning by the day. I've been around the country, I've been going around to the very remote parts of the nation, and people are complaining because politics have not changed their lifestyle. Politics for the last 30 years have not brought anything different from how they were living before. Is that how we want to continue as a nation? We can't continue like that. So if Ghanaians at this point feels an independent candidate is the right person to lead the nation, and they give that person the permission and the authority to do so, I suppose everybody is going to be whipped online to do the right thing.
You speak about differences, so the differentiator. I'm going to put it to you. I mean, there are the likes of, in the past, we've had the Kofi Kurantings, we've had the Marek Kofi Gans, we've had so many people. Currently, there's Alan Tremanting, who has, started his movement, and we know of many other people, Nana Kwame Bediako, among others. My question to you is, what makes you stand out? What makes you think you're better than all of these people, better suited to lead Ghana? What makes you stand out?
Our country is in a mess, economic mess. It requires skillful hands to straighten things up, and with a will to do so.
You've never been president before. You've
I'm coming. You've mentioned guys, names previously, and who are tried, but we've never gotten to this part, this time in our economy. Our country has never been like this before. The time is now for us to bring skillful hands, people with the know-how of exactly what the problem is to get involved and resolve the situation. As I said earlier, the idea of political parties and popularities and so forth would not solve our problems if we don't start bringing practical people in the equation. So I am saying the time is now. Years ago, what might have worked is not working now. When Ghana was bidding for independence, it hadn't happened in the history of our country before. No country in Africa had independence. But with
Sub-Saharan Africa.
Sub-Saharan Africa, sorry. But with determination, hard work, and perseverance, they were able to secure that. The same thing falls on us now. And again, I'm making a clarion call to all these our people out there that we've gotten into a time in our history that will require a second independence, second economic recovery, where we can set up structures and systems that would work, because our current systems, although might have worked before, has become dysfunctional. It's not working anymore, and we need to change it. We can't continue the cosmetic work, and it starts from our voting. Vote for an independent candidate, Sam Ankrah. Let's get involved. Let's take over the helms of affairs, break down the system, rebuild the system with a rule of law, with sound economic policies, continuous fights against corruption, and bring stability into the country.
Tell me, your campaign has been launched, right?
Yes, the campaign has been. We've started.
Because I know in November last year.
Yes, we've postponed the date for the grand rally to open the campaign. But yes, we've started. We're campaigning. But we're hopefully on the 14th of February we're targeting to have the outdooring of the launch, a big rally where we will outdoor our people, we will outdoor our detailed policy, radical policies that are going to turn this country around for Ghanaians to see this. This is a real alternative. When we come out, when Ghanaians see the holistic view of what we intend to bring, people are going to sit back and take us serious.
All right. Tell me, what do you have? Is it a movement? Is it a political party? What is it? And what do you call it?
It's a movement. We're Alternative for Action Movement, AFA.
Alternative for Action Movement.
Yeah, so it's AFA. We're a movement. We're not a political party. Anybody can join and be a member, whether MPP, NDC, CPP, GCPP, everyone can join and help us for once and for all end this status quo and bring in a system that would help build our nation.
Are you going to retain this up to election 2024? Basically, what I'm asking you is, have you had interactions with the Electoral Commission? You know, eventually you must go through that process. I don't know, with all these movements springing up, because when you look at the letter of the Constitution, it talks about political parties. I don't know how this will end up for all the movements that are springing up. But do you have any plans of making this alternative action movement a political party? Have you engaged the Electoral Commission?
Honestly speaking, with the philosophy that we're pushing, we don't intend to ever be a political party. Ghanaians don't need another political party. They are looking for selfless, transformative leadership. And that is what we're bringing on the table.